Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. GTV, talking about your sovereignty, you sitting on the throne. I've just been to play chess. When you play chess, you have a king and queen, two bishops, two knights, two rooks, and loads of pawns. There's a metaphor coming here that's very significant. Listen to this. The whole game of chess on a board which is black and white, which is all sacred geometry, Masonic, the black and white checkered floor. Google that if you don't take my word for it. It's a strategic game of war, and you're supposed to save your king, and the most powerful piece is the queen. So even in that game, representing society, you need to understand this. They're teaching you that the king's the most important and the queen is the next most important. And that the pawns are like the infantry, the foot soldiers, with very little value, and you move them forward, front line, and they get killed first. That tells you a lot about the way society is set up. That we've got a system like a game of chess where the pawns sacrifice themselves so that the only winners are the king and queen. We've even got religion in there with the bishops, with castles. Have you got a castle? No. Who's protecting you as a pawn in the game of life? And we're supposed to sacrifice ourselves to one of the king and queen. Let me tell you that you're not a pawn and you're not a king and queen. You're actually above that. But I want you to step into your own power, to realise your own sovereignty, to not understand society. In other words, don't understand, which means stand under. Don't stand under anybody. If you want to be a royalist and you like all that pageantry, well, fair enough. But you're no less a man or a woman than anybody. You are born unique, eternal, unlimited, and only because of the way that society is set up, like a game, by the government, who are there to govern your mentality, government, they've got you to wave a flag at the side of the road and 3 cheers for the king, 3 cheers for the queen, God save our gracious queen. Well, God save you and God save me, because you are God. Not being blasphemous, G-O-D, the grand organising designer. Save yourself and don't understand, don't stand under anybody, and step into your power, and don't allow anybody to turn you into little me, I have no power, which is a pawn that they sacrifice to save the king, the queen, the bishops, the popes, Westminster, all these organisations that consider themselves above you, while you know your place as a pawn in the game. And you're not even a king or a queen, although if you are stepping into your sovereignty in this physical shit show, then well done you. If you've got your power and you've achieved wealth or success and your health, and you've got your dignity, your integrity, you've got good morals and values, and you're loving and kind, well done you, and so am I. But you're actually not even that. You're not even that, and this is the kicker. You are the person playing the game. You are above the game. You can move the king and queen. You can move the pawns, the bishops, the knights, the rooks. You're that person, and this is just a stage show. All this stuff that's going on is just a show. In fact, it's a bad show, it's a shit show. And if we allow ourselves to believe that we have no power, that we are a powerless pawn in the game, then trust me, all the other players will control you and sacrifice you so that they're the only people standing at the end. They're the only people standing in business because they're running it, they're running the economy, they own the banks, and the businesses that they run don't pay taxes. They have a completely different set of rules. The ruling classes, that's what they are, the ruling classes with their rules, two sets of rules. And you will be limited to moving one step forward, like a pawn in a game of chess, where the kings and queens can go in any direction. I've just been playing chess this morning, and I've realised a long time ago that the game of chess represents the game of life, and it's set up in a way where everybody sacrifices themselves for the royal family in every country. What does that tell you about how the royal families and the ruling elites consider you a pawn in the game? And look at war, where they push the infantry forward. Cannon fodder, they call them. Cannon fodder. And we've got this saying on Remembrance Day, which is lest we forget all those people who sacrificed their lives for your freedom. My uncle, my great uncle, my grandparents, my parents who came through the war. Well, the thing is, you and I haven't forgot. We've got great respect on Remembrance Day. And yet these hypocrites, the royal families, who were always winners in the game, who own the banks, who own the big businesses, tax-free, tax havens, because they have their own rules, the ruling classes set the rules to advantage them and to disadvantage you. They forgot, and they're forever controlling the military and controlling the decision makers that we think we democratically vote for. But trust me, the decisions are made well above them. We don't live in a democracy. And they always make it that they're okay, but you're not. You're on furlough, you're bankrupt, you're wearing this, you're having this, you're towing the line, you're being a good pawn, and you're expendable to them. They have no respect for you, and they expect you to go forward, possibly sacrifice your life, your health, your mentality, your integrity, your ability to earn, your ability to set goals and achieve goals. They lock you down, they self-isolate you, they enforce state injectables on you and all the other things that are going on at the moment. Fear, 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 fear. While those guys wine and dine and are living the life of Riley on the throne, lording it, literally lording it, House of Lords, over you. Wake up and realise it's just a game. And when you've woke up and realised it's just a game, don't play it. Don't understand. Don't try to understand. It will never make sense. People say to me, see that on the news last night, it's just crazy, isn't it? It's always going to be crazy. It will never add up. It won't add up medically, financially, economically, commercially. The psychology that they're using against the population to keep you in confusion and fear, trust me, as a psychologist, they are using behavioural insight teams to play games with your mind while they mess with your life. Step back, don't understand, and claim your sovereignty in the game, in the world, but realise that you are not even the person who you think you are. You're not the pawn that they want you to be. And even if you fight hard and you win in life, in the world, and you end up in a higher position in society, a more valuable piece on the board, even if you get to be king and queen, you're still only playing in the game in the world, and you're far more powerful than that. As I say, you are eternal, you are unlimited, you actually can play both sides and rise above the game. And this is what the metaphor of the game is all about, if you really understand it. That the black and white board is the Masonic game. That only if you wake up and realise that the game has been constructed so you can never win. A pawn never wins in chess. A pawn can be sacrificed. It's the king that wins the game, and the queen that's got the most power. So if you want to talk about that, I'm here for a chat. And if you want to understand how you can win in the game of life, the strategic game of chess that's being played in the world, on the world stage, then we can set goals, and I can teach you to get goals. You can overcome all of the obstacles that stand in your way of your health, happiness, success in life and business in the world, if you're savvy and you achieve self-mastery and you understand how your mind works and how your psychology affects your biology and your psychology affects your physiology. You can step into your power, but ultimately, even with that power, you're powerless, because that's not who you are. That's just a player in the game of life. But there's an eternal game in creation where you are God, where you can play the white pieces, the black pieces, both pieces, and you can direct it all, because you are the grand organizing director, the grand organizing designer. You are God. You can create your own game, and you can tell the ruling masses to go and play somewhere else while you play by your own rules, which is your God-given birthright, and that's where your power is. And when you want to do that, put your name in the comments box below, because we need a chat. Be powerful, don't play the game, don't understand, don't stand under. In the world, own your sovereignty. King and queen, sit on the throne and direct yourself. But in my opinion, you can go to a higher level and control everything. And then when you die in the game, you never die, because you're eternal. You can't destroy energy or create energy. We are eternal. And if you want to chat about that, as I say, I'm here for that. Be powerful, be eternal, be unlimited. Enjoy your mind, be powerful. Take care, have a wonderful day.